most ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activities, Karma Kand. Number 9, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Number 10, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name, and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success, Krishna Prem. So once again, welcome to today's call and thank you very much for joining us. But before we move on to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class, I would let all the devotees on the call to please go ahead with your introductions now.
हरे कृष्ण लीला प्रिय माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय। प्रीतिदासी from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji,
Krishna.
Dhanvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Arvind Dakshidatman, Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Arvind Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, to all devotees, and all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Param Pavani Shama Devi Dasi from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा लीला प्रिया राधा माता जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम। शील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय। दिस इज श्यामा गौरी देवी दासी फ्रॉम शार्लेट।
Hare Krishna, Shama Gauri Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Good to see you. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा, गुड टू सी यू टू।
Hare Krishna Leela Priya Radha Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Leela Priya Radha Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devi Dasi from Rana.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Radha Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Lila Priya Radha Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam. My Dhanvat Pranams to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Susmita from Mississauga, Canada.
Hare Krishna, Sushmita Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Leela Priya Radha Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indulekha Karna Devidas from me.
Hare Krishna, Indulekha Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. We're extremely fortunate to have His Holiness Sundar Chaitanya Goswami Mahraj here with us today. And Maharaj would be enlightening us by discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 8 and verse 5. But before we dive into this nectarine class, I would like to share a brief introduction about our today's speaker, His Holiness Sundar Chaitanya Goswami Maharaj. His Holiness Sundar Chaitanya Goswami Maharaj is among the senior most disciples of His Holiness Loknath Swami Maharaj, is an international motivational speaker, leadership trainer, and a renowned youth preacher. He specializes in excuse me, spiriting and empowering people to realize their true selves. As a keynote speaker, thousands of people have discovered a new light from his energetic workshops worldwide. He is basically from Mauritius, where he came in contact with ISKCON in 1982. In 1986, Maharaj joined the Brahmachari ashram, dedicated his life to the mission. From 1988 to 1992, he served as a Sankirtan leader in Mauritius. Maharaj has served as temple president in Mauritius and in Nagpur, India for several years. Sorry, Maharaj has served as a temple president. He travels to many countries and is very active in preaching in Arvade, Noida, Delhi, Europe, specifically Italy, England, France, Belgium, South Africa, Reunion Islands. Last year, we had the opportunity to have his association in Toronto and Scarborough Temple. He has managed interfaith events, bringing together the communities of different religious faiths in order to strengthen their faith and belief in God together. He has opened ISKCON preaching centers all over the world. Maharaj Sundar Chaitanya Goswami is popular for his outstanding lectures and seminars about the philosophy of Krishna consciousness with the expert hand in bhajan and kirtans. He has been instrumental in providing the teaching of Vedic scriptures, the Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. For the past few years and the present, Maharaj is a lecturer at the Vaishnav Institute of Higher Education in Sri Vrindavan Dham, India. He has also been an inspirational coordinator to various international levels festivals in Mauritius. He has managed the famous 3 days Rath Yatra festival in Mauritius, which is attended by thousands of guests. That was a brief introduction about our today's speaker, His Holiness Sundar Chaitanya Goswami Maharaj. Until Maharaj joins, anybody else wants to introduce themselves?
Yes, Mataji Maharaj is coming.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji.
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले समिति भक्ति विधान स्वामी के नामिने नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले समिति राधानाथ महाराज के नामिने जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सत्य गौर भक्तवृंद नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय, भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय, श्रीमती श्री श्यामणी महारानी की जय। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा महाराज इज देयर कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे
Yes, Mataji.
हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
Thank you, Mataji. That was beautiful. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Maharaj is there?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Thank you for the beautiful kirtan. Hare Krishna, His Holiness Sundar Chaitanya Goswami Maharaj. Danvat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for giving us your valuable time and association this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Without further ado, I would like to request you to please take over from here. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Thank you for this invitation, for this class. Feel honored. And also, I said again, I would like to express my heartfelt joy for being with you. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasari Gora Bhaktavrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasari Gora Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare, Jaya Jagannath, Jagannath, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jai Gauranita, 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 Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani Ki Jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Diraye Nashta Presha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Text 8, Chapter 8, Text 5. Sri Ranyakashipu Uvacha He Durvinita Mandatman Kula Bheda Karadhama Stabdham Mak Chasano Vritam Nyeshe Tvadyayama Kshayam Sri Ranyakashipu Vaksha Uvacha He Durvinita Mandatman Kula Bheda Karadhama Stabdam Mak Chasanodvritam Yeshe Tvadyayama So Sri Hiranyakashipu Uvacha, the blessed Hiranyakashipu said, Hey, oh Durvinita, most impudent, Manda Atma, oh stupid fool, Kula Bheda Kara, who are bringing about disruption in the family. Adhama, or lowest of mankind. Stabdham, most obstinate. Matsashana, from my ruling. Udvritam, going astray. Nese, I shall bring you, Adya, today, Yamakshayam, to the place of Yamaraj, the superintendent of death. Translation, Hiranyakashipu said, O most impudent, most unintelligent disruptor of the family, O lowest of mankind, you have violated my power to rule you, and therefore you are an obstinate fool. Today I shall send you to this place of Yamaraj. Purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hiranyakashipu condemned his Vaishnava son Prahlad for being Durvinita, and gentle, and civilized, or impudent. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, however, has derived a meaning from this word Durvinita by the mercy of the goddess loving Saraswati. He said that Dhur refers to this material world. This is confirmed by Lord Krishna in his instruction in Bhagavad Gita that this material world is Ukhalayam, full of material conditions. V means Vishesha, specifically, and Nita means brought in. By the mercy of the Supreme Lord, Prahlad Maharaj was especially brought to this material world to teach people how to get out of this material condition. Lord Krishna says, Yada idahi dharma shiglani bhavati bharata. When the entire population or part of it become forgetful of its own duty, Krishna comes. When Krishna is not present, the devotee is present. The mission is the same, to free the poor conditioned soul from the clutches of the Maya that chastises them. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur further explained that the word mandatma means manda, very bad or very slow in the spiritual realization, as stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.10. Manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya bhagya. Prahlad Maharaj is a guide of all the mandas, or bad living entities who are under the influence of Maya. He's benefactor even of the slow and bad living entities in this material world. Kula Beda Karadhana Dhama, By his action, Prahlad Maharaj made great personalities who established big families seem insignificant. Everyone is interested in his own family, and in making his dynasty famous, the Prahlad Maharaj was so liberal that he made no distinction between one living entity and another. Therefore, he was greater than the greatest Prajapatis who established their dynasties. The word stabdham means obstinate. A devotee does not care for the instruction of the asuras. When they give instruction, he remains silent. A devotee cares about the instructions of Krishna and not those of demons or non-devotees. He does not give any respect to a demon, even though the demon be his father. Mak Chashaso Dhritam. Prahlad Maharaj was disobedient to the orders of his demoniac father, Yamakshayam. Very conditioned soul is under the control of Yamraj. Every conditioned soul is under the control of Yamraj. But Hiranyakashipu said that he considered Prahlad Maharaj his deliverer. For Prahlad would stop Hiranyakashipu's repetition of birth and death. Because Prahlad Maharaj, being a great devotee, was better than any yogi. Hiranyakashipu was to be brought among the society of Bhakti Yogi. Thus, Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur has explained these words in a very interesting way, as it can be interpreted from the side of Saraswati, mother of learning. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshuran Viritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dudati Swapadandikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhana Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyaivacha Paritanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here Hiranyakashipu is chastising Prahlad Maharaj, the greatest devotee of the Lord, greatest Vaishnava, Prahlad Maharaj. So here Hiranyakashipu is chastising, is calling him most impudent, most unintelligent, the disruptor of the family. As we know, Prahlad Maharaj is the most intelligent personality. But here is calling him the most unintelligent, most impudent disruptor of the family. And also not only that, lowest of mankind. Look at this description. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has taken the positive side of this description, interpreting in a different way. Also, Hiranyakashipu is telling that Prahlad Maharaj will also be my savior, right? So, but the most intelligent, and Prahlad Maharaj has come to deliver also the people, to teach them how to perform bhakti also. So, although Prahlad Maharaj, who is the best student, best devotee, who is also very, very intelligent, right? Extremely intelligent. When Prahlad Maharaj, I mean, Narad also described how the teachers have to actually deal with Prahlad Maharaj. And they brought him to the king. Actually, Prahlad Maharaj is very intelligent. He was put in a boarding school. And then we understand that the director of the school was Sunda and Amarka. And then sometime Hiranyakashipu also would be asking, what did you learn? He's asking his son, what did you learn? And after hearing that, the son is saying that he learns about how to worship Vishnu, Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. And Hiranyakashipu became so mad. And then he gave warning. Hiranyakashipu gave warning to the direction, to the directors, means Sanda and Amarka. So they took Prahlad into confidence. Second time, they took Prahlad to school again, to the Gurukul, in confidence. And they did much as they could to teach Prahlad. Whatever possible effort was given, they can do to find out who is the culprit who is teaching to Prahlad about Vaishnavism, who is coming to preach, who is giving the lesson. But of course, the teachers try to forget that and try to teach Prahlad again about philosophy, teach him again the art of teaching. And both teachers actually took time to teach Prahlad Maharaj deeply the subject matter. They must also have taken some exams for Prahlad Maharaj, because Prahlad Maharaj is going to make some presentation again, right, to his father. So, but Prahlad was a very good student also. He became first in his school, right? So, and because he was taught a perfect syllabus at school, not about Vaishnavism. So after going through so much pressure and coaching, this is because of the order of Hiranyakashipu, and because they had a very, very heavy warning. But now the teachers, they were confident by giving him the proper syllabus, the special subject matter. What was the subject matter they were teaching to Prahlad was the diplomacy. Diplomacy was compulsory. It was not Vaishnava understanding, Vaishnava literatures. What it taught him is diplomacy. Chanakya Pandit mentioned that in diplomacy, there are several subject matters that one has to learn in diplomacy. Samadama, Danda, Veda. These are the points that they learn in diplomatic education. Sama, Dhamma, Danda, Veda. So all students actually have to learn about it. All the demoniac children, they have to learn about this in order to rule in the future, right? Otherwise, they will not be able to manage. So this kind of knowledge, diplomatic knowledge, was actually required. So all leaders, they will have to actually deal with that. Sama, Dhamma, Danda, Veda. So just like also we have seen that Chanakya Pandit said that he was also training the king in the past. He was training the king who became perfect in diplomatic dealing, right? So we've seen also in Srimad Bhagavatam how when Kamsa was trying to kill his sister, because Kamsa was very, like Mahabali, was very strong, was trying to kill his own sister. And then this Vasudeva has to use this diplomatic. So this is how it is. He was also trying to apply the four principle to stop Kamsa to kill his sister, right? So sama in diplomatic, sama, three things Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has mentioned. What is sama? Sama means sama means to call someone if somebody is very, very stubborn, instead of trying, because here Hiranyakashipu is trying to kill his own son. He should have used diplomatic way to call his son separately, Or you can say, just like in the case of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chankazi also using that diplomatic, right? Kazi tried to calm Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You are the grandson of Nilamba Chakravarti, and he is related to me. So we are close family members. So if we want to work on some kind of relationship to upgrade the person, this is diplomatic, to find some relationship. Or labha, also to try to give some gift to somebody. Abhedan means to also create some kind of non-differences. We are family, we are related. This is how one can actually correct according to diplomatic dealing. You're non-different from me, we are family, we are same. And if that does not work, then guna kirtan. Guna kirtan is to glorify the person, like anything. And upkara also glorifying the person. So all these points are under the points of sama. And if that does not work, then dana. Give somebody a heavy post in the government with high salary. This is how somebody can change also. These are kind of diplomatic knowledge, understanding that they were trying to teach Prahlad Maharaj. And the third point is Veda. It's called divide and rule. We know that the British have done that, divide and rule, right? This is the third point. They try the best before they were when India also, before going into independence, that's what they did, divide and rule. And if that does not work, also the last one is danda, punishment, heavily. So these four things in diplomatic dealing, they are the knowledge of jnana. They have to be known. So, and the king, they actually agreed to that kind of knowledge. But in understanding the Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, we understand what is jnana. Jnanam vijnanam aseshataha. What is real knowledge? Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, I will tell you, Arjuna, what is knowledge. I will tell you knowledge with application. And there is nothing else to be known. Right? And he said that if you know that, then nothing left to be known. So this is kind of knowledge. So gya, yeya, vastu, this is called knowledge. In Bhagavad Gita also, in chapter 13, there's a long list about knowledge. You all know that. Chapter 13, text 8, 9, 10, like that. Krishna is telling what is real knowledge. Humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness. Krishna is saying so many points he's giving. About 20 points he's mentioning. And then he's saying, all these I declare to be knowledge, Arjuna. And beside this, whatever there may be is ignorance. Krishna is telling to Arjuna in chapter 13, text 8, 9, 10. Whatever else is remain is all ignorance. These are only I declare to be knowledge. So, but this here Nekashipu is calling these 4 points to be knowledge, right? And also one who knows what you have to know to receive the peace formula, Bhoktaram Girtapasam Sarvalokam Maheshwaram. Bhoktaram, that Krishna is Bhoktaram, the enjoyer. Yagyatapasam Sarvalokam Maheshwaram. He is the proprietor of all the planets. He's a best friend. So this is a peace formula, in fact. So this is a Gyadva. This is a peace formula. So the teachers, Sundar and Amarka, they were also looking for peace. They were also looking for peace, to make peace, but the curriculum, they were different, right? Totally opposite. Definitely they will never get peace because the curriculum was completely different what they were teaching Prahlad Maharaj, right? So this is what is called the material education. So till today, there is not a single institution where we'll get the knowledge of the soul. And Srila Prabhupada asked, when Prabhupada went to the university, he asked the department, so you have so many departments of knowledge in university. So why is a department that is teaching about the soul and our relationship with God? There's no department that is teaching about the soul, you know, the nature of the soul. Srila Prabhupada asked, so what's the use? Srila Prabhupada said this education, this bodily education, concept of life, it is not real education. Prabhupada said that I am this body, I'm Indian, I'm American, I'm Brahmana, I'm Kshatriya, I'm white and black. So this kind of education, the whole world, this education is going on. Prabhupada said, nationalism. In the name of nationalism, communism, socialism, they are all bodily concept of life. But that is not education, Prabhupada said. And that education is actually useless. Why it is useless? Because this kind of education will not stop the process of birth, death, old age, and disease. So this is why Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying here, is interpretation of the words of Hiranyakashipu, which is chastising Prahlad. Prahlad Maharaj has come. He has come to deliver the people, to deliver his own father. Prahlad Maharaj said also that I don't want, there are many, many munis who go to the mountain, to the forest, and they do monavrata. They want their own salvation. You know, they don't want to deliver the people. They want their own salvation. Me, I don't want to do like that. I want to take the whole people, the whole world. I want to bring them back to Godhead. This is Paraduka Duki. But this type of education, Prabhupada is saying it is useless because this kind of education will not stop the process of birth and death, old age and disease. And that education may also be technical, material education, technical education, we call it, temporary. Well, some bodily comfort is there, right? But this is not taken as real education. Real education is Brahma Jigyasa. Atato Brahma Jigyasa. Prabhupada said, that is real education. What I am, who I am. So, in fact, once Bhakti Srimad was saying that spiritual education and academic education, they are symmetrically opposed, right? Two sides. Material education and spiritual education, they're symmetrically opposed because spiritual education makes one humble. Spiritual education makes one the servant of Krishna, humble, humility, good qualities. But academic education tend to make somebody proud, right? So they're opposed. And realization, education that do not come from the heart, you know, it's coming from the heart. But if it is from the head, that is dangerous, because somebody become proud. But the Prabhupada is saying the real education is Brahma Jigyasa, Atatu Brahma Jigyasa. So also he was mentioning about Mandatman, right? Mandatman, Manda, very lazy, very slow, right? Prahlad is lazy. That's the word he used. Mandatman means Manda, very bad, very slow in spiritual realization. But Srimad Bhagavatam is describing Manda Sumanda, Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagya Padritaha. So the purpose of Prabhupada is saying, Prahlad Maharaj, in that way, that man is interpreting the opposite. Prahlad Maharaj is a guide of all the mandas, for the bad living entities. Prahlad Maharaj is a guide of them. He's guiding, who are under the influence of Maya. Prabhupada is saying here. He's a benefactor, even of the slow and bad living entities in this material world. So that's the words that Nikashpur used. Kula Beda Karadhama, another word that his father has been using. So we can see here what is Prahlad Maharaj doing. By his action. Prahlad Maharaj is making great personalities who establish big families to become insignificant. Right? So this is why this Brahma Jigyasa, Aham Brahmasmi. Then one comes to the conclusion that we are not his body, we are spirit, soul. That is, Prabhupada said, that is real education. So these things are education. What is this? Prabhupada saying, what is this nonsense education? Have to become a big mechanics or motor car parts. This is not real education. This is Sudra, Prabhupada said, Sudra education. It is not education. It's called Silpa, Silpa Vidya. So Brahma Vidya is a real Vidya. In our Vedic society, normally education was meant for Brahmanas, right? Education was meant for the Brahmanas. So what education? Not this so-called technical education, Prabhupada said, but smoking education, drinking education, and many rascal, Prabhupada, rascal education. This is not education. So education means Bhagavat education, to understand God. That is wanted, in fact, Atato Brahma Jigyasa. So education should be given in such a way that students should be very inquisitive about what? Inquisitive about Brahman, not about this body. This body is matter, and the spirit soul is Brahman. Tato Brahma Jigyasa. This is human life. So one should be inquisitive to know about spiritual life. What is spirit soul? That is first-class education, Prabhupada is saying. It doesn't require education for eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, right? This world. The animal doing that, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. It doesn't require any education. As education for eating, sleeping, education, that is not education. That is called cats and dogs, Prabhupada said. They also know how to do it without education. The dogs know how to eat without education. The dog know how to have sex without education. They know how to sleep without any education. So real education is Brahma Vidya, Tato Brahma Jigyasa. This is education. So that is now given up. It's been given up. People are not following throughout the world. Nobody is becoming interested with this Brahma Jigyasa. They are simply interested in sense gratification. So Prabhupada is saying the scientist also, the scientist, the philosopher, the imperfect in their knowledge. Whatever they give, that is unscientific. Why? Because without any basic principle of philosophy. And Prabhupada said, first of all, in education, we have to learn what is the objective of knowledge. The objective of knowledge. What are we searching for? What is real knowledge? Vedanta. Vedanta means knowledge. Anta means ultimate. What is ultimate knowledge? So unless we come to the ultimate point of knowledge, our knowledge is imperfect. Our knowledge is insufficient. So the ultimate knowledge is God. Yes, Vedashya Sarvat Aham Eva Vedya. The goal of knowledge is to know Krishna. Krishna is telling only this is real knowledge. Because people are getting more and more into ignorance, mostly. So jnana makes one humble, and the heart also becomes soft. If not, then it's a waste of time, and it is completely ignorance. So here, we also learn that Hiranyakashipu, he tried his best efforts to make Prahlad a diplomat, to make Prahlad a non-devotee, to make Prahlad a materialistic person, especially a diplomat. And Hiranyakashipu was not an ordinary person. He was the controller of the universe, right? He was the controller of the universe. So can you imagine if in a house, ordinary house somewhere, the father is having some argument with his son, some little conflict, and Joe Biden has to come to solve the problems. It's a big thing, right? Joe Biden, the president of America, he has to come to interfere to solve the problems of between father and son. So this is the same thing what is happening here. Not this here is not Joe Biden. This is Supreme Lord himself has to come to interfere, right? So Hiranyakashipu was not an ordinary person. He was in control of the universe. He was single-handedly, he was controlling even all the demigods, all the universe. And if he wanted to establish a school, Hiranyakashipu, if he wanted to establish a good school, it's not a big problem. He's controlling the universe. So his school that he also established, if he want to establish a good school, then what kind of effort he will have to make him a diplomat? He would make the best effort because he's so rich to make Prahlad the best diplomat, right? And he has also selected the best teachers, qualified teachers, Sundar and Amarka, who are direct disciple of Sukracharya. For Hiranyakashipu to do that, that's not difficult. To make the best school to teach his son, and the school would be also perfect. It's not that there's not enough facilities or there's not enough rooms. No, everything will be provided by Hiranyakashipu to make that school to teach Prahlad. All facilities were given, right? All facilities were given. They tried that step by step to give all facilities. Why? Because earlier, Sundar and Amarka, they had received bad name. They were chastised by Hiranyakashipu. So this time they're very, very careful. Second time they were very, very, very careful to teach Prahlad. And this time they took all their time and took they must have also took leave from other job. Sundar and Amarka, they must have also taken leave from other things, other job. But here they have taken all their time. They took very, very great care to teach Prahlad this time. And this time, after teaching Prahlad, Prahlad became the top. They were thinking like that. Prahlad has become the top student. Right? If you take him in front of his father, because they were so convinced now, Sundar and Amarka, they were convinced this time, we will get glories. We will be glorified. If we take Prahlad to his father, we will be glorified. His father will be so happy with us. They were convinced. For the second time, they were convinced that now they decide to bring the son to his father. Of course, they did not bring him directly to his father. They took Prahlad to his mother first, right? Not directly to the father. They took Prahlad to his mother first. Why to his mother? Because they want before Prahlad Maharaj will be going to his father to make some presentation, right? To make some presentation. So they want him to be dressed very nicely, because first you have to dress and then address. So they want Prahlad to have nicer dress. right? So, and Prahlad was not properly eating earlier. He must have gone through so much tapasya also to learn. Was difficult because Gurukul means lots of tapasya, right? So they were putting pressure on Prahlad also. So Prahlad, they wanted to take Prahlad to his mother to take care of his dress, putting nice dress, to dress him, to bathe him nicely. So he would be also very good presentable, nicely presented in front of his father, right? So at least dress is also attractive. At least dress, if he's dressed nicely, that is also attractive. His father will be happy. Sometimes just by seeing uniform. When you go to school, we see the student wearing uniform. It looks nice, right? Tip top. But many are wearing jeans. Sometimes it's very, very difficult to clean, right? So they were putting pressure on Prahlad Maharaj. So the two teachers, they wanted to present Prahlad in front of the king. So first they took Prahlad to his mother, Kayadu, right? So, and this Prahlad was the youngest son. And the mother was so happy, now my youngest son has come back. And mother became so happy. And then took special care of Prahlad to dress Prahlad nicely and decorate him with ornaments. I don't know if they have taken photos. Maybe they have also taken photos, right? So dressing Prahlad Maharaj with nice dresses and ornaments, decoration. And Sundar and Amarka were very happy. So they saw Prahlad looked like a prince, real prince. So they would be happy. So they bring him in front of his father. And they know why they wanted to dress Prahlad in a very nice way, because father, in Bhagavatam, he's called the super enjoyer among the demon. That's the name. They not call father. They say the word used, super enjoyer among the demon, right? So, and the son has to dress very nicely to please him. And then father would become very happy to see his son is very nicely presentable. So it's like even in colleges, if you make good presentation in good way, if somebody wants to make a good presentation in so many ways, a good presentation in a good way, there is so many consideration, right? But this is not just an ordinary school. This is not here a college, but it is in front of the ruler of the whole universe, right? This is what they had prepared Prahlad Maharaj, very, very convincing that he now is going to be presenting things very nicely in front of his father, right? So this is not ordinary school here, or college, but this is in front of the ruler of the whole universe, of whom all the demigods, they were doing their duty, were serving. So it's like somebody is going to make some presentation in parliament, right? Some presentation. So they have to be very, very careful. There are many, many considerations. The teachers also. The teachers also very, very qualified teachers. To have the post of teachers, must be very, very qualified. So because last time they got very bad name. So now if they want to present him in front of his father, and last time they had very bad name, now they must be very, very careful, right? So, and now they got convinced Prahlad is perfect. I don't know if they have taken exam for Prahlad, but now Prahlad is test also to make Prahlad become the perfect student. But this time he's perfect. He's perfect in a 4 subject matter. I mentioned already. He's perfect in diplomatic philosophy. So that they were very, very pleased. So sometime I said already in parliament, presentation in parliament, the prime minister is there, many ministers are there, and how alert one should be to make a presentation, how much pressure. So one wants to give the best. right? If they want to make a presentation, of course, this is in front of Hiranyakashipu. So they must have trained Prahlad Maharaj in many, many ways. If the presentation is not good, then Hiranyakashipu can kill them, right? But this time there will be confirmation. They are convinced, right? So they were very much careful, so alert, and they took all possible ways, right? And not only that, they have also looked which is the proper date and time to go to Hiranyakashipu. They accepted all the measures, but the agenda in that presentation is Prahlad himself. So, of course, Prahlad was very, very respectful to everybody. So mother took very best care. They have done the best to send Prahlad. So here you can see that, of course, jnana, this real knowledge, Bhagavatam explained, right? So the understanding of knowledge. What is the understanding of knowledge? End of realization. What is the end of realization? After applying the knowledge, what is the end of knowledge? What is the conclusion of knowledge? Is to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So when Prahlad Maharaj mentioned, it was right, because that's the conclusion of knowledge. That's the end of realization. Vedanta, the end of knowledge. Vidasya sarva aham eva vedyo vedantavid evakrit evachaha. Even in Bhagavad Gita, it's mentioned, Krishna mentioned, Mahatmanam stumam parta, daivim pakinyamasrita, bhajanti ananya manaso. Gyadva bhutadim avayam. Gyadva means knowing. They know that. The Mahatma, they know. Gyadva. What do they know? The knower of everything. Gyadva, the knower of everything. They know everything. Right? They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me, the Supreme Personality of God, original and inexhaustible. So one who knows everything, bhajanti ananya manaso, with one pointed attention, they're doing bhajan. This is Mahatma. We'll find also in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, text 19. Yomam evam samudho janati purushottama sarvavit. Sarvavit, that person knows everything. Bhajati imam, one who is doing my bhajan. He sarva bhavena bharata, one who is doing bhajati imam, one who is doing my bhajan. Sa sarvavit, he knows everything. Right? Without a doubt, is a knower of everything. Whoever knows me, without a doubt, is a knower of everything. That's the verse. Sa sarvavit bhajati imam, sarva bhavena bharata. This is a real knowledge. And then what he does, and he therefore engages himself in my devotional service. Oh, Arjuna. So he's saying in that verse, Sa Sarvavit. This is chapter 15, text 19. Sarvavit, the knower, the object of knowledge. It means in jnana there are three things. There's Gyayam, Gyata, and Jnana. No, three things. Gyayam, Gyata, and then Jnanam. So Gyayam means the object of knowledge, what is to be known about knowledge. And Gyayam, as Gyayam, Gyata means the knower, and then Jnanam means the knowledge. Three things. So this is what Prahlad is going to mention here. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam. So he mentioned these 9 processes of bhakti. And he said these 9 processes of bhakti are pure devotional service, or accepted actually as pure devotionals. This is what Prahlad is going to mention. This is real knowledge. right? So one who has dedicated his life to serve Krishna. So these 9 methods of knowledge has to be understood to be the most learned person. This is what Prahlad Maharaj is saying. So one who is dedicated his life to service through these 9 processes of bhakti should be understood to be the most learned person, because he has acquired the complete knowledge. I mean, contrary to what Hiranyakashipu is telling Prahlad, you are the most foolish person, the fullest, right? The fullest person. But here, Prahlad Maharaj is saying that one who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna through these 9 methods should be understood to be the most learned, for he has acquired complete knowledge. So, of course, in Sri Upanishad also, Anyat evahur vidyaya. He said that his Upanishad explained that one who has actually explained that a result is derived with cultural knowledge. One result is derived with cultural knowledge, and another result is derived with the culture of ignorance. But here Prahlad Maharaj is talking about knowledge. So then, and Kaspu mentioned, you most impudent, most unintelligent disruptor of the family. Very contrary. Most unintelligent disruptor of the family. So you want to say, according to Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, the most intelligent person, the deliverer of the family. Instead of saying disruptor of the family, you want to say the deliverer of the family. Most intelligent person, the deliverer of the family. Prahlad Maharaj was very intelligent. He's a disciple of Narad Muni. All disciples of Narad Muni, very, very intelligent. So this is, he's saying most unintelligent means most intelligent, most the disruptor of the family, deliverer of the family. The lowest of mankind means the highest of mankind, right? The greatest of all, the Mahatma. You have violated my power to rule you, and therefore you are an obstinate fool. He's not a fool. He knows. Today I shall send you to the place of Yamraj. Actually, it's going to be Prahlad who is going to save his father from going to Yamlok. Yeah, it is Prahlad Maharaj. And not only that, when the demigod, they wanted to go and kidnap Kayadu, the mother, and to kill her, to kill the child in the womb. But Narad Muni met him, said, don't do that. I'll make sure that this boy in the womb of his mother, Kayadu, he is going to be your deliverer. He's going to deliver all of you. Believe me, do not kill her. And then Narad Muni made him a very, very wonderful first-class devotee, number 1 in Vaikuntha, even greater than Lakshmi. So even higher than Lakshmi, higher than also Garuda, is number 1 devotee in Vaikuntha. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, of deities I am Prahlad. Of deities I am Prahlad. So he's Prahlad, because he did not mention any other devotee. He mentioned Prahlad. So Prahlad, to mention Prahlad's name in Bhagavad Gita, that's glorious. So this is so wonderful here. This description by the commentary also of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He made it in a positive way. By the grace of Saraswati, that's what they said, Prabhupada said. By the grace of Saraswati. Hare Krishna. Prahlad Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. So I'd like to stop here. Thank you very much for your attention. If devotees will be having some question.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dhanva Pranam, Jai Shila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, very beautiful class. My apologies, I joined a little late. I was in temple doing some other service and just one thing or another. But Maharaj, when I joined, you were talking about Brahma Vidya and Shilpa Vidya. And Brahma Vidya, I heard. What is Shilpa Vidya, Maharaj?
This is what Prabhupada mentions. It's mundane knowledge. Mundane
knowledge. True, Maharaj, true knowledge. Whatever does not teach us about Krishna, that can be put in the category of Shilpa Vidya at that point, Maharaj.
Yeah.
Haribol,
Yeah.
Haribol.
I also mentioned if you read Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, text 8, so Krishna is giving the knowledge. What is knowledge? He mentioned about 20 knowledge. And whatever left is, but the rest are ignorance. They are not knowledge.
True, Maharaj. Very true, very true, very true. If it does not say about Krishna, 100% it's mundane. It will not help us neither in this life nor in next lives. Very beautiful, Maharaj. So true. And knowledge about God is the real knowledge. That's what we should seek about. And then Maharaj, you explained about 9 processes of bhakti that Prahlad Maharaj is saying. And certainly we, under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj, we realize that thing, Maharaj, time and again, when we are doing service in any mood, any service we have been offered in temple or outside where we are serving Srila Prabhupada and the mission, the bliss that comes after doing the service is just so beautiful. Seems like you are seeing Krishna right in that service. It's unbelievable how beautiful the service is, Maharaj, and it's like
spiritual knowledge makes one humble servant of Krishna.
So true, Maharaj. So true, Maharaj. So true, Maharaj. The Trinadapi Sunichana comes only after service, actually. Only after serving the great Vaishnavas. So true, Maharaj. That is so true. And Maharaj, I loved your line. In the end, you said, lowest of mankind meets the highest of mankind. Haribol. Haribol. That's so true, Maharaj. That's so true. And in fact, every morning we, chant Narasimha Arati after Mangala Arati, and Prahlad Maharaj has been glorified after millions of years and will be glorified after millions and trillions of years. So true, Maharaj. So true. Very beautiful Katha, Maharaj. Maharaj, with your permission, will we go to the question answer session, Maharaj, please? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Haribol, Haribol. Maharaj, our very dear Sukhakara Krishna Prabhu has his hand raised. Sukhakara Krishna Prabhu ji, alias Subramanian.
हरे कृष्णा बलभद्र प्रभु बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद अपने हमें चांस दिया पूछने को महाराज वेरी गुड Maharaj, you told one sentence that one who knows these 9 ways of worship, then that is the most knowledgeable person, you told, no? So, Sravana Kirtana Smarana Vandana Pada Sevana Dasyari Pujana Sakijana Atma Nivedana Govinda Dasa Bhilachari. So, we know it, but we are not having still, we are not getting the Ahaitukki Kripa. Because Prahlad Maharaj is a pure devotee, they can't go back home. But we are struggling and trying. So, can we also get that Ahaitukki, that mercy by Krishna will just say, Jane do to ganda, actually will take it. How to get that Ahaitukki Kripa? Because you are such a great Maharaj and you are from Dham. So, you can give some idea that हम लोग कैसे भी इसे शॉर्टकट में निकल जाए भगवान के पास. We are trying our best, but we are not foolproof. किधर ना किधर something is stuck up, something is, some desire is not gone, not completely pure, that only akarma. There are some karma, there's some small big karma. So can you help us? What should you do to get the Ahaitukki Kripa of Krishna?
Yes. Prabhupada also mentioned, even if one is not 100% pure, he can come to 90, and then he said 80, and that was it, even 70%. One can go back to Godhead. Prabhupada said, I have the key for the back door. Prabhupada said, I have the back key. We just hold on to the spiritual master's instruction and do our debate, Guru Deva's. I was also this song that you're mentioning. Who sang that song?
Govinda Das.
Yes, Govinda Das. He was brother of
Mukunda.
No, Mukunda. Yeah, also Ramachandra Kaviraj. He was a
Kaviraj, yeah.
Shakta. He was a Shakta. He was praying to Durga. So one day he was very sick. He was extremely sick. And he's praying to Durga, please, Durga, because he was a devotee of Durga. They were Shaktas. So please help me. I'm dying. Cure me. I'm dying. And Durga said, I cannot do anything. I cannot give you I cannot deliver you because only Krishna can do that. So then he calls for his friend, his brother. His brother was named
Govinda.
Krishnadas Kavira. No, not Krishnadas. What's the name? Not Krishnadas Kavira. Krishna Ramachandra Kavira. Yes, Ramachandra. His brother's name is Ramachandra. Call your brother, bring your brother, bring your Gurudev. And his Gurudev was Srinivasacharya. So then Srinivasacharya went there. So they served Srinivasacharya, and the remnants of Srinivasacharya was given to Govinda Das. He was sick, he was bedridden. So the remnants of Srinivasacharya was given to Govinda Das. So Govinda Das took the remnants. So after taking the remnants of Srinivasacharya, he was completely cured. He came back to, his health improved. And then after that, he wrote that song. Bhajahure mana Srinanda Nandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare. Earlier he was Shakta, devotees of Durga. Now, because after taking the remnants of Srinivasacharya, is completely cured. And then he wrote that song, Bhajahure mana Srinandana Mana Uttarapati Jana Itikaya Cheparati Tire. There is no assurance of with one's wealth, with one youthfulness, with one family members. No assurance, no guarantee that one will be happy. So this is how one actually can come to this by becoming eager, to serve the Vaishnavas, to take the remnants, to dance our eagerness, like you were asking this question, how do we become more eager, more dedicated? So this is how Govinda Das also, he changed, complete heart change. He was worshipping Durga, but then he wrote that. So then at the end he said, Sravana, Kirtana, Smarana, Vandana, Pada Sevana, Dasi. Pujana Sakijana, Atmanivedana. Govinda Das
Abhilasha.
This is a longing, this is a desire, this is a longing of his Abhilasha.
Yeah.
Govinda Das.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you
for giving the backdoor key of Prabhupada. So we will catch your dhoti along with Guru Maharaj's dhoti.
Gurudev. Okay, any
please
other
bless us. Please bless us, Sundar Chaitanya Maharaj. Please bless us. All of us.
Hare Krishna.
We want kripa from you, please. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Ramatirastu.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Balabhadra Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji, servant of the servants. Thank you, Maharaj. Very beautiful, very beautiful. And this bhajan is so beautiful. Biphala sevanu kripana durajan chapala sukh lagi. For some stupid things, even I have done it. I am still doing it, I think. We ran behind, material things. And then when Srila Prabhupada holds our hand this morning, when we were doing Guru Puja, Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavan. And I was thinking, yes, he's so much Patita Pavan. I was a meat eater, a drinker, and whatnot. And today we hate those things. Who? Just Srila Prabhupada, nobody else.
Yes, sure.
Hari Bol. Krishna Kshetra Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam, Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Nice to see you again. I remember I was very small when in Mauritius. You were preaching us as a brahmachari at that time, a long time.
Yeah.
So Maharaj, what is the difference or what are the similarities with what the 9 processors of bhakti we hear from Prahlad Maharaj, and also we hear the 9 bhakti of Shabri Mataji, who was given by Lord Ram. How is it correlated, or we see some similarities, and yeah, if you can elaborate a little bit on that. Thank you, Maharaj.
I have not come really in regard to this 9 process of Sabri given by, it was given by Ramchandra.
We hear in the Ramayana, like, Shabri Mataji asking Lord Ram about some guidance, and then there is the no bhakti.
I have not come along this.
Okay, no.
But I would be glad to also speak about it maybe in the next session.
And also one little comment. Prahlad Maharaj addressed his father. I think you mentioned it as the best of demons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, because I mentioned that because now they are going to make a presentation, to take Prahlad in front of his father to make the presentation, to speak what he had learned. So they had prepared him very nicely. First of all, nicely dressed, that will please his father. And they have given him to his mother, because mother knows how to dress his son very nicely, because Prahlad was small, So now they wanted to take him to in front of his father, and they went in that context, they did not address him as like king, because he's the best of the enjoyer, right? He's enjoyer or best among the kings, so he's best enjoyer. So this is why they were afraid. They have to make the presentation very, very nicely, and they were convinced that this time Prahlad is going to speak very nicely. So that's why they have addressed him as the best of the sense enjoyer. Yeah. To make them become more cautious, more cautious and more alert, so that they don't become more chastised again. Yeah. So, but also if we say the best of the king, I mean, Hiranyakashipu also, he was a great devotee. He's Jai Vijay. And we are taking his name daily. Hiranyakasi Purvakshaha Shilatan Kana Kala. We are taking his name. If we take the names of the politician, we chant the names of a politician, become contaminated. But this is not the case. We are taking the names of Hiranyakashipu daily, but we don't feel contaminated, purified, because Hiranyakashipu is also an associate of Srimad Bhagavatam. His name is mentioned there. Okay.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Also, Maharaj, please, there is a question from Jyoti Mataji in chat box. If you have a few minutes, Maharaj, she's asking how to understand the difference between good qualities in devotees and non-devotees.
How do I understand the good qualities in
devotees and non-devotees, the difference between the good qualities?
Yes, good qualities. There are 26 good qualities now for a Vaishnava. We've learned that. 26 qualities of a devotee. But these qualities, if they're not connected to Krishna, and then it is a waste. These qualities have to be connected, because also the non-devotees, they also have good qualities, right? It's like Kamsa, he loves his sister so much, Devaki, so much, extremely. Materialistic people, they love the family members very much, very attached. You know, so that quality is a good quality, to love his sister. But what happened with materialistic people, if the members of the family will create some obstacle in their life, and they'll become very, very, very atrocious. You know, it's like when Kamsa heard the voice Akasvani that her son will kill him, and he was ready to kill his own sister. So although having the good qualities of loving one sister is there, but then when the member of the family is creating some obstacle, and they're ready to even kill, right? So this is a point that the qualities, it has to be connected also. It's like compassion. What is real compassion? That's one of the quality. One of the best quality of this 26 quality is that the topmost quality is compassion, because people want to be compassionate. So compassion, but what kind of compassion also? Not like yesterday I was telling my class the pranam mantra from Mahaprabhu, Namo Mahavatanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate, Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gora Tisinama Magnanimas. I was looking that word in dictionary, magnanimus, Mahavadanya. Vadanya means magnanimous. This is a Greek word. Magnus animus. Magnus means great. Animus means soul, great soul. So it can be interpreted in different ways. Somebody may say great soul, oh, my father gave me a car, that's a great soul. My brother gave me a bicycle, that's a great soul. Somebody gave me this, gave me that. But that's not magnanimity. That's not real magnanimous. Magnanimous means one who actually gives Krishna consciousness. Magnanimity, you know, and compassion, also one who actually gave Krishna consciousness. So these are the qualities. When they're connected to Krishna, then it is very, very valuable. Otherwise, good qualities may be also relative. In material sense, they are relative concept, right? Something which is good for me may be bad for you. Something which is bad for you may be good for me. It is all relative concept. But in bhakti, it is not relative. It is absolute knowledge, right? So, right. Is that okay?
That's completely fine, Maharaj. Very beautiful answer, actually. And it just makes sense. That Kamsa episode, it's so true. He loves his sister so much that he's actually, on the chariot with his sister and driving her with Vasudev. And then as soon as Akashvani comes, all the love goes away because Krishna is not there in the middle. So true,
Yes.
Maharaj. And I was thinking also of Hitler. Hitler was non-vegetarian. What good that is. What good that can be. So
And one more point, it's Kamsa, it was so demoniac that previously his father was ruling. What's the name
Um,
of his father?
Ugrasena?
Ugrasen was ruling. So when Ugrasen was ruling, no one, not a single prisoner were put in jail, not a single, because he's perfect ruling. Not a single person become prisoner. But when Kamsa took over, he did a coup d'etat, and the very, very first person in jail was the prince Vasudev, and the second person in the jail was the king himself, Ugrasen. So demoniac. No.
Own father.
Huh?
Right? His own father.
His own father. Even the jailkeeper was shocked. What? There was nobody in the jail before. The very, very first person became the prisoner was Vasudeva and his own father, who's the king himself, so demoniac. So these are kinds of things that happen. And so he was looking for his own benefits. Everything is on, his own. Even Dhritarashtra, when Dhritarashtra is asking, tell me what is the son and son of Pandu are doing, he's not asking for their benefit. It looks like he's asking a good question, what they are doing. You know, when we ask somebody, how are you? We ask him for his benefit, not for my benefit. But when Dhritarashtra was asking, how are my son doing? Not for their benefit, but for his own benefit. Why? Because if they don't fight, his position will be at stake. So he wants his son to fight to retain the kingdom. If they don't fight, and then his position will be as he will lose his position. See? So there's, although having good qualities as asking how are they doing, but there is kind of some kind of behind motive, you know, in that.
So true, Maharaj. This first verse of Bhagavad Gita itself can be so much meditative. You know, Kema Kuravata Sanjaya hides so much in the back, in the background of the mindset of that Dhritarashtra.
And at the end, when everything was killed, I mean his son were killed, he was staying in the house of at the place of Yudhishthir Maharaj. And then at the end, he told Yudhishthir Maharaj, you are just the best personality I've seen. I've never seen anyone like you before. You know, so nice. It was glorifying Yudhishthir Maharaj like anything. I have never seen anyone better than you in this world. Just see hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy, full hypocrisy.
He was the same person who actually was trying to, you know, to conspiracy to burn the house of Yudhishthir, to give them poison. He was a cause. He was conspiracy, right? But now what he's saying, I've never seen anyone better than you, Yudhishthir. You know? So this is kind of hypocrisy.
And even that time, Maharaj, you know, Vidura, one of the best devotees, he told him, you're like a dog, you're sitting here. He chastised him. And only a pure devotee could take it out of that, you know, illusion that he's everything and then he can still stay. But this is what the association is, Maharaj, right? So this is what we are doing here, Bhakti Sangha. Thank you, Maharaj. Very, very beautiful and satisfying answer. And that remains in our heart for a whole day and for the time to come. That's why we read Srimad Bhagavatam every day. Maharaj, Mataji has another beautiful question. Mataji is asking how to understand Lord desires and his feelings.
The Lord's desire and his feelings.
Krishna's desires and his feelings. How
is desires mentioned in Bhagavad Gita? We can read Bhagavad Gita also from Gurudev, the Lord's desire, the Lord's desires and his mood, his mission, so that we can understand. We have to understand the Lord's mission. Yes. We also have to become an instrument in the Lord's mission. That's what he told Arjuna, become an instrument. Nimitra matram, right? Nimitra matram, become an instrument. So that's the Lord desire. He's desiring that we become an instrument in his hand. So also Gurudev will tell us, Yasha Prasadat Bhagavat Prasado Yasha Prasad.
I was thinking of this line, Maharaj. Sakshat Dharitvena Samasta Shastra and Yasya Prasadat Bhagavat Prasad. Every morning we chant. Yes, Maharaj. Beautiful. Beautiful.
So Guru would tell us about his desire, his mission. And Krishna is telling, we also understand by reading what he's saying. Become my devotee, worship me, pray to me, become my devotee. That's what Sarvadharman Paritijamamikam Saranam Praja Amdam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshai Samama Sucha. He's telling to Arjuna, but he's telling to us. Arjuna is representing us. Right? So this is a mission, this is a desire of the Lord to become his. He is desiring more than we want. Our desire, his desire more stronger than our desire to go to him. Come to him. He's willing, he's waiting. When are we going to come to him? You know, his desire is stronger than our desires. Yeah.
Very beautiful answer, Maharaj. Thank you, Maharaj. And we can actually connect everything to Guru because that's what it's all about. This parampara system is very beautiful, Maharaj. Very beautiful.
Yeah.
Maharaj.
Thank you, Maharaj. I'm eternally grateful to you, Maharaj. Thank you so much for your answers and enlightening us. Thank you so much for the session today. It really brought a lot of strength. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Balbrad Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Jyoti Mataji. I'm servant of the
Hare
servant.
Krishna. Thank you so much
Thanks to
for
Maharaj.
engaging in this katha. Hare Bol.
Maharaj, please do show your mercy a little more, Maharaj, whenever Mataji, Shamagori Mataji asks, please do come. We know you can have so many services and busy schedule, but still, please come, because by the grace of devotees like you, Maharaj, we get some mercy and we get the real knowledge of life, and we can get out of this sansara chakra, Maharaj. Otherwise, it's at material life outside, especially in even these countries, Northern American countries, Maharaj, you deal with all kind of people, and sometime that tension goes away, and only this Bhagavad Katha is able to, hold us back and give us some Sukriti, Maharaj, and the real knowledge. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Very beautiful Katha. Very beautiful Katha. So,
Hare
dear,
Krishna.
Hari Bol, Maharaj. Thank
Yes,
you.
Maharaji, I also request you, please share your realizations and give us your experiences, teaching on your experiences. We would like to hear and understand so that we can improve ourselves in the service.
You see,
Thank you.
Maharaj, we are asking you so easily, like you're our friend and everything, Maharaj. We are asking you so easily. Jyoti Mataji is so pure heart. He's asking you your realization, of bhakti, which comes from decades and decades of bhakti. But this is the simplicity of a devotee, Maharaj. She's a very good devotee. So, Maharaj, please do bless us with your presence, Maharaj. Whenever you have time, please do come and enlighten us on Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yeah.
Thank you,
So
Maharaj.
this is all your kindness. You're very, very kind to me. So
Maharaj, we are nothing, Maharaj. We are nothing. We are nothing.
I will. Thank you.
Hari.
Hare
So, dear
Krishna.
devotees, if nobody has any more questions and comments, you can all unmute yourself, please. Yes. Yes, Krishna Kshetra Prabhu, you can unmute, right? Everybody can unmute themselves. So
No,
we can.
all good. Thank you so
Very
much,
good.
Maharaj, for your association.
Let us pay our, yes, thank you, Maharaj. Let us pay our obeisances to Maharaj and all the assembled Vaishnavas on the call. Vancha
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
जय जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। होलीनेस सुंदर चैतन्य गोस्वामी महाराज की जय।
राधे 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 राधे
Hare Krishna. We'll end